Good morning, guys. This is Njeke Ranch. Yeah. So this morning we've been up since 3:55, preparing for today's trip. Basically, today's trip marks a culmination of a whole other events. We're going to collect a cattle scale, a manual cattle scale, of which I'm going to be converting to a digital scale. Basically, this particular animal handling facility is very instrumental in assuring that when we handle cattle on the ranch, they are stress free, and it makes it easier for us to actually handle the cattle, because as you've noticed as well from our videos, the current cattle crush that we have on the ranch is a makeshift one, is one that we've made ourselves from material that is available on the ranch, of which at some extent isn't as helpful, because our matriarch Uashi has injured herself a number of times when she was in the cattle crush, because the cattle crush is quite spacious, so she's able to maneuver around, which is something that I'm trying to avoid. Hence, we are getting this particular handling facility, because it also doubles up as a crush as well. So when the cow or the cattle moves into the facility, we are able to basically restrain the cow or the bull or the calf so that it doesn't injure itself and the handler. So it's just one of those, I would say, instruments that is very useful on the ranch, and something that we all as up and coming livestock farmers should try and invest in. Now, this particular deal is it was sort of like, I would say it's a blessing because a brand new cattle crush that encompasses a scale as well, and I stand to be corrected, it can set you back about 55,000 rand. So with this one, yeah, got it. It is a steal basically. It's about plus minus 10,000 rand. So yeah, its condition is not that good, but I'm going to be dropping it off with a fabricator, a friend of mine, so he's going to be fixing it up and converting it into what I want it to be. So we'll be converting it from a manual scale to a digital scale. So yeah, I would do it myself, DIY, but this one requires someone who's an expert at it. So I'll be dropping it off with my friend Frank, who's going to be fabricating it and converting it from the current manual scale to a digital scale. So yeah, and hopefully we'll be able to make a few other modifications as we go. Yeah, it's time to hit the road, guys. It's gonna be a long day. 4 hours on the road, sure. Well, 4 hours going there and 4 hours coming back. So yeah. And about another thing, this is where the danger is. The price of fuel currently. Oh wow. Another advantage of having a cattle scale on the ranch is that you are able to also weigh your animal before weaning and after weaning, so you are aware the type of calf that your cow is breeding, you know. And also, most importantly, if you are rearing livestock for the purposes of selling, you are able to also feedlot your animal and you are able to weigh them so as to determine how much you should price your weaner or your cow or your bulls. You know, one of the things I've noticed with us communal farmers is that when it comes to selling of our cattle and with respect to the pricing of it, we just look at the frame of the animal and we just give a price of from the top of our heads. You know, as one thing that I've noticed with most communal farmers. But there isn't a measurable performer that we can use to say that this is what informs the pricing of it and what may have you. So having a cattle scale is very important in that particular aspect, because sometimes you might think you're giving the right price of the cattle, only to find ukuthi you actually cheating yourself. You're actually pricing the cow or the wiener lower than what it should be. Told ukuthi you should be actually pricing it at a higher price, and when you're giving it a lower amount. Whereas if you had a cattle scale, you'll be able to weigh it, and that will basically give you a fair, you'll be able to work out a figure as to how much that particular wiener or cow or bull should be in terms of its pricing. We will dwell much on that later on when we start using our cattle scale. Yeah, so just keep watching our videos, and as we move along with the journey, you will be able to also learn a couple of things from us, and hopefully we'll be able to learn a couple of things from you as well. At this point of the trip, we are 45 minutes away from Newcastle, of which it would be an odd hour or so from Newcastle to Utrecht, from where we'll be picking up the cattle scale. Well, I had to stop at Newcastle to withdraw the money for the cattle scale, because the gentleman from which I'm buying the cattle scale from requested for the transaction to be undertaken with cash instead of doing an EFT. Houston, we have liftoff. Aha, and it fits. After loading, needed to hit the road and make our way towards Pietermaritzburg.
We took the scenic route via the gravel road from Utrecht towards Dundee. Then from Dundee, we made our way through Pomeroy towards Tugela Ferry, then Greytown, and then into Pietermaritzburg. So yeah, I had to stop and just to ensure that the harnesses at the back are still tensioned, because it would have gotten loose as we were making our way through the gravel road from Utrecht towards Dundee.
We took the scenic route. We're entering Dundee now, and you're gonna take the route towards Greytown via Pomeroy, and then to Gela Ferry, then Greytown, and then towards Pietermaritzburg. And I'm gonna leave the cattle scale with a friend of mine, Mr. Frank, who's gonna fabricate it. And then yeah, convert it into a digital scale, and of course fix up some of the rusted pieces of the scale as well. So yeah, it's been a long day. We had a bit of complications with the banking app. Yo, that took some time to get over, but yeah, managed to sort it out. Sure. Yeah.
Just made it out of Dundee, driving towards Pomeroy. I love taking this route. It's like driving through a time machine, you know. Driving past these farms with large number of cattle grazing on the open veld. It's like giving me a picture of what the future holds. For one day when I own my own big farm with a large number of cattle on it.
Sesiseferile manje. Uthuke. Dolobha lasemsini.
As we're passing through the town of Tugela Ferry within Msinga local municipality, you can clearly see the richness in culture, and of course, as we all know, Msinga is also well known for its goat farming, as one of the largest goat farming areas within the province of KZN. But basically, if you're looking for indigenous goat, Msinga is the place to go to. Imbozi is the place where Msinga is the place where you will find Imbozi, that being the best of Inang Imbozi. But also driving through Msinga, I'm also taken aback, as you also know, I'm a town regional planner, and apart from being a livestock farmer, I it would be a misnomer for me to not even start to look at the whole elements of town planning of the entire area of Unango Umsinga, specifically the towns of Umsinga being Pomeroy and Tugela Ferry. We can still see that people want to enjoy the urban services, or the services that come with it being urbanized, and we can clearly see that people are densifying around these areas, that being the urban area, and with it they also want to keep the rural elements into that particular setup as well. So you also have the clash between rural and urban, where you're starting to see livestock roaming freely within the town, and that also is impacted on the fact that the grazing land for the livestock is being taken up and being settled upon. So the area is densifying sparsely, as we also note as we move and as we drive through areas like Kidsdrift and so forth. We are towards Kidsdrift, we can clearly see how the areas are becoming more dense, and to a certain extent, it's also spreading out sporadically. So it's just one of those things that you should also take note of as well within these small towns. So as much as people want to also practice farming, but they also want to enjoy the rural aspect of it as well. That's now we start to have the whole element of rural urban continuum as well, bringing into the whole space. arrived at Frank's place and we immediately started offloading the scale.
Yeah.
What color you want?
Okay, what
Make it green. Or
green?
blue. Yeah.
Ah, you want to make it green because it's your color. It's Frank's color.
You know my neckline is green. I will refurbish this thing, but this thing is coming off.
Yeah.
The stuff I can't use, I'm gonna replace it.
But now, because this is where the neck clamp is going to be. This
Yeah,
side.
neckline's coming like that.
Sorry. Oh, yeah, this gauge here is one that's going to be sliding
Yes.
horizontal instead of
You see?
vertical.
Now,
Then you replace that gauge with the neck clamp.
you must bring me the neck clamp because I want to see where the handle is.
Oh, okay.
If the handle is on this side, it slides open this side.
Alright, cool. And then if the handle is on that,
That
side,
side
then it
slides
slides open. Alright, cool. Alright, shouldn't be a problem. But the base, yeah, it has to go.
Yeah,
It's rotten.
if this plate is frosty, I cut it off there and I put a new one in there.
Alright.
Because that's the heart of the cement.
Yeah. The I-beam at the bottom, that's also gone. It's rotten.
Yes. This, I think we must take this plate here, this shutter plate here.
Why?
I'm going to put the plate there.
But I like that because at least the car won't slide.
I put angle line.
Well, why can't you
Well,
put
the angle line now, put the round bar.
Yeah, why can't you put the round bars on it? And leave that great.
I will see if I can use it if I cut it off there.
Yeah, but I remember we still have to install the beams for the scale itself.
But I need the size of the
The
beam.
beams.
The beams, normally they're 900.
Yeah.
And then I build the base
Yeah.
and the thing and I put it inside here.
Uh-huh.
And with the legs here. This thing here. I make a new frame for it.
Alright.
With it stands on.
Right.
You must throw a concrete slab there for about
Yeah.
2.5 by 2.5.
Alright, cool.
Because
Need to
the
see
reason, no, cast the concrete on top of the ground. The reason is why, if it rains, your load cells and stuff doesn't get wet.
Okay.
And make it nice and smooth.
Yeah.
So if you see where beside the handle is. So the guy sends it, don't stand on the mat here when it rains.
But I'll be building a roof over it.
Yeah, but you must put a concrete.
Concrete, yeah, no concrete, that's a non-negotiable. I'll have to no concrete to but in terms of the rain getting in, I'll be putting a roof almost identical to this one. Just so that we are able to work with the cattle easy peasy. So that there's no stress on both sides actually. But yeah. It's been a long day. We offloaded the cattle scale at my friend's place. He's gonna be modifying it. Funny thing is, loading it onto the trailer, it was easy, you know, as you saw from the other video. We used a hydraulic crane to lift it off the ground and place it onto the trailer. But when we got to my friend's place, Frank's place, whoa, different story. We literally had to push it off the trailer. Yeah, it was elbow grease time. Hayi bekushubile. Njengeke bekucaca lapho ukuthi indoda idlelaphi. Yabona? So yeah, yo. Yeah, but now we just got into Durban. Yeah. It's been a long day. I need to shower, eat, sleep in that order. Yeah. It's 8:09. Yeah, left the house at 3:55 a.m. Wow. Yeah. No, I woke up at 3:55 a.m. Yeah. But still, it's been a long day. But yeah, it's like my old man says, ayikho inkomo yobuthongo. Yasetshenzwa la ngaphandle. Yasetshenzwa. Ngakabi-ke isiyophumula. It's 9:30, and yeah, back in Durban, at home. Yeah, khathalekile. Dropped off the trailer from where I hired it from. So yeah, it's been a long day. Also got some food. So yeah, shower, eat, sleep in that new order. So yeah, sharp.